Alright guys, today I'm going to be out again. Yesterday was unexpected. I didn't mean to be out, but today was planned, so I'm not going to be here today. So what you guys need to do is do this assignment. What are we talking about? Parallel lines. What about parallel lines? Well, for their graphs, these lines here, the lines will never cross. Okay, so these lines are parallel, which means they'll never touch each other. What about their equations? Equations will always have the same slope. Here's my slope here, here's my slope here. What do we know about it? It's 1/2 and 1/2. So two lines that are parallel will always have the same slope and never cross. Now let's say they don't give us graphs to look at, and they only give us equations, and we need to come up with an equation that is parallel to it, to a specific point. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Step one is find the parallel slope, which is easy. You just find the slope and write that number. Step two is use point slope form. I'm going to show you. And then step three is plug it in Desmos. All right, let's do that real quick. So if I'm looking at this question right here, you guys don't have this example. I just need you paying attention. I'm going to show you guys how to do it on your assignment. So step one is, what you do is, let's read. So write an equation that's parallel to this here, this equation, y equals 4x plus 1, and that passes through this point here. All right, so what is my parallel slope? So we look at my equation, and we need to find my slope that is parallel. Well, if I know my slope is 4, we need a parallel slope, so I want the same number. Bam. And my slope is m, right? All right, next, I need to go to this step. I need to plug it into point slope form. So what do I need to know? I need to know my y1, my m, and my x1. That's super easy. Well, here's my m. I know my 4 goes there. And then here is my x1, and here's my y1. So we're just going to plug it in those spots. So x1 should be, sorry, y1 is 1, and then x1 is 1. Bam. Okay, step 3 says, plug it into Desmos to find y equals mx plus b. Here's a very important where you need to pay attention because the steps, it's like 3 steps. Step 1 is go to Desmos, and I need you to go to the star Desmos, this one right here, because this is the one that you'll be using on your test and on star. So you need to do this one, the green one. I'll make the link available in Canvas. All right, so now what's going to happen is we're going to type these equations in, or this equation in. I want to type just this part in right here, okay? So step 1, what do I got? Y minus 1 is equal to 4 parentheses x minus 1, close it off. All right, notice how I don't have anything graphed, right? There's no line. Well, we can change that. The reason why there's no line is because we need to get y by itself on this side over here. It's super easy, right? If I jump my line, I flip my sign. So if I was to take this minus 1 and move it to the other side, I should have a plus 1 here, and then I can get rid of that, right? If I jump my line, I flip my sign. Now I have my line. Look, here's my line right there, bam. Now we need to change this into y equals mx plus b. Super easy. Once you have your line shown up, you hit this little gear, right? You hit that button right there, let go, and then we need to click on the table. Click on that table. So these points now come from that equation we just put. And then lastly, you need to hit this button right here. These little dots, the linear regression, bam. So now my equation that is parallel to this right here is going to be what? What is that right there? 4x, so we put a 4 here, x, and then it's going to be a minus 3. Just leave the plus because I've already did it, but make sure you put the minus sign. And then that is my parallel equation. So I'm going to do it one more time, a little quick, and then I'm going to show you guys your assignment. So I'm going to get rid of all this again, delete all. All right. So step 1, it says write an equation that is parallel to y equals 1/2 x minus 1, and that passes through this point, -2, 2. All right, so step 1 is, what is my parallel slope? Well, if this is my equation, my slope is 1/2. That is parallel. All right, next, let's plug it into this form right here. Remember, this is x1, this is y1, so then let's plug it in. So y minus y1, well, that means 2. And what's my slope? 1/2. And then what's my x1? A minus 2. Remember, 2 negatives always make a positive, so that's actually a plus. All right, now what we do is plug it into Desmos. So I'm going to pull up Desmos real quick again. Oops, wrong Desmos. This one is the the gray top. We don't want that one. We want this one right here. Oops, no, we want this one. All right, so now what we do is I'm going to take this equation right here that I wrote. I'm going to plug it in. So what do I have? I have y minus 2 equal to 1/2. So 1 divided by 2. Make sure I go over parentheses x plus 2. Bam. All right, again, my line's not drawn yet because I need y by itself. So if I wanted to get rid of this right here, that minus 2, and move it to the other side over here, inverse operation. If I jump my line, I flip my sign. So I need to make it a positive 2. And I need to get rid of this here. Bam, bam. Now I have a line. All right, this line will be parallel to that one up top. However, I need to put it into y equals mx plus b form. Easy way to do that is hit this here, click on the table. Now that I have my table, click on this button here, and bam, here is my equation. So we could write 0.5x, you can put 0.5 or 1/2 because we know 1/2 is the same thing, and then plus 3. Bam. So that's what you're doing today. All you need to do is find the slope, plug in the points like we've done plenty of times before, and then plug it into Desmos like I just showed you. Super easy. All right, so let me show you your assignment. All right, your assignment looks just like this. You have 6 questions. So what is the equation to that's parallel to this equation? And then you're through this point, right? Super easy. So right, this one is going to be, your slope is going to be what? 4/5. Easy. That's your slope. Plug in your point. This right here, what is the equation of the line that is parallel to this here and passes through this? Well, this looks a little different, right? This is not in y equals mx plus b form, but we can change that to y equals mx plus b. Super easy. 5x plus y is equal to 3. Remember, if I want y, if I jump my line, I flip my sign. So I need to do minus 5x, minus 5x. I'm going to move this over. So I have y is equal to negative 5x plus 3. And we're done, right? This is in y equals mx plus b form. So if I wanted a line that is parallel to this equation right here, what do I need? I want that slope, a negative 5. Put a negative 5 here. All right. What is the equation that is parallel to this? Remember, here's my equation right here. So what is my slope that is parallel? 7. All right. So this is an equation that is in point slope form already. What do we care about? We care about the slope. We need that number right here. This is the one that we make it parallel. So negative 1/2. And then this one is super easy. Where what is my slope? 1/3. So I need a parallel slope with the same number. And this one right here is not in slope intercept. It's not in y equals mx plus b. So let's change that. So we got 4x plus y equals to negative 7. All right, step 1 is minus 4x minus 4x. So we have y is equal to a negative 4x minus 7. Bam, I'm done. Y is by itself. So I care about this number right here, negative 4 and negative 4. All right, I'm pretty sure you guys can do the rest. Make sure you complete this and turn it into the blue tray.